Hello, Jambareeqi here with a let's play of the Flash game Sushi Bar. Okay, so I don't really have any video games with me in my university halls, so I'm kind of limited right now to internet games like this, Sushi Bar. And the thing is, Sushi Bar, it's not exactly anything new or unique. It's kind of inspired by some very popular Japanese games that rely on this kind of gameplay. So essentially, this is an imitation of all those kinds of cooking games you can find in Japan. So, in a sense, it's kind of a rip-off, um, but it's accessible because it's in English. So, yeah, I can kind of forgive it for that. So, yeah, the whole idea behind it is that you have to maintain the needs of all your customers by making sushi that they are desiring at the time in their speech bubbles. And if you are too slow, they will get pissy and leave. And it's a good idea to click the money that they leave behind after they've eaten, or new customers won't come. It's kind of weird. So yeah, it's very difficult, and I mean, the most difficult thing about it is the fact that it's hard to recognize the different sushis at times. I think that's because of the palette of colors on each of the sushis, as well as the shapes. It's really difficult to kind of divine their differences in a sense. But it's very fun, and I'm having to kind of record my commentary in post-production because it was so difficult to narrate over my gameplay because I had to concentrate so much. You really have to keep focused. And the thing is as well is that your ingredients, your stock, right? It can disappear so quickly and you have to go and order more. So it's really difficult. You have to remember the recipes, but you've luckily got this sushi recipe book at the side. But yeah, it's fantastic kind of gameplay. But like I said, it's nothing new, nothing unique. But what kind of stuck with me when I was looking for these kinds of games online was that most of the websites were saying cooking games for girls. And this kind of annoyed me in two ways because what were these sites implying? They were implying two different things here. They were implying that girls only like cooking games, perhaps, and that they're implying that men don't like cooking games. And that's really frustrating. I don't think that gender should be part of these kinds of games. It's a gender neutral kind of genre for these games. Now, the main point of the game is that you need to pass each level. Now, to do this, you have to achieve a certain amount of money, which I managed to do in the first level, to an extension actually, but in the second level, I failed, hence why this Let's Play is kind of short. And the amount of money that you need to earn increases by level, I'm guessing, seeing as I didn't get past level 2. I may try level 2 again, actually, and I may record it for you. I'm not sure. It depends, because I might have to kind of practice this a little bit. It is very difficult to pay attention. You have a lot to focus on. You have kind of 4 areas to direct your eyes towards. It's not one direction to focus on. You have your ingredients and stock, and then you have your actual roll mat, you have your recipe book, and you have your order phone, and above you've got all of this that's letting you know how well you're doing. Now at this point I intended on showing an example of how you can screw up a recipe. So I purposely mixed up a bunch of ingredients, and what happens is the result is a plate full of turd. And it's kind of unsettling to think that maybe the sushi chef is taking a crap on a plate and serving it to his customers. Now, Sushi Bar is obviously not the only kind of Japanese cooking game that you can find in English. There are plenty in this exact format as well, but in different styles. So it's very common to find a game like this. And to be honest, I have preferred this one over the most that I ended up finding when I was looking for these kinds of games. Now, those of you that are wondering why I like sushi games so much, it kind of connects to the fact that I like sushi. I really do like sushi, but it's very expensive. So I tend to only go and get sushi if I'm going out with friends because it costs so much and it can be narrowed down to about 20 quid or so. Each sushi dish is coloured and that colour represents a price. So you have to be really careful. Now, if you do decide to have some sushi after watching this Let's Play, then my best advice is that you keep referring yourself to the colour guide on the menu, okay? This helps prevent resulting in a very expensive bill. Right, so we're coming to the end of this gameplay now. To conclude, I really encourage you to play these games no matter what gender you are, okay? Do not redirect yourself after seeing a website called Cooking Games for Girls, because trust me, cooking games are for everyone. They're a casual genre of gameplay, okay? It's a very accessible genre as well. And obviously, like I explained before, this is in English. And you don't really have to have a wide knowledge of sushi to play this game. You can just jump into it, no matter what, because you do have that recipe guide at the side. The only people that may not enjoy this game are very temperamental people, because it can get very stressful. You need good concentration skills, okay? As you can see, I failed level 2. Way below the goal.